These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. The give to Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. They'll run with Taylor. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Huntley. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. On the return, Johnson. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
Jones.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, you're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw, Huntley. They'll find Paris Campbell, that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second and 11. They give to Taylor out of the gun. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
From the gun on 3rd down. Huntley flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he is all the way up past the 25. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening.
in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. From the 31, Jones rolling to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones, completion here to Claypool. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jones now. Off play action. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
First down, Steelers.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, that's complete to Marlon Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Third down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On the play. And a Steeler first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
on second down now. It's Mack, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Jones. It's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they want. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw on second down. Huntley steps away to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Huntley to throw. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work on it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional first down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Marlon Mack. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On 2nd and 12, Jones. He's got a man, complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Steelers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 4th down.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
He completes this one to Mack. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Gun. Here's a give to Matt. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Jones. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 88 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And that'll be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Jones on 1st and 10. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Colts 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And now it's second down.
25-yard line.
To throw again. Huntley will roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Flush to his right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Johnson on the return. And he'll be out right at the 35. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. So that'll back them up 5. Now a run with Mack. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Score Steelers 10, Colts 7.
Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's Huntley. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun. Huntley escaping the pressure right. And that's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
That's what we are. Big one now. That's a big one.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
1-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.